Make sure everything's good. Well, I just hit the start. Calm down.
Here we go.
Calm down. Alright, guys, we're gonna go here and we're restarting because I made a real big oopsie doopsie. I forgot the key. And yeah. So we're gonna do the opening, do all that stuff again. We're just doing all over, start
Long
over.
ago, in the castle of a kingdom called Daventry,
Alexander, here you are. Oh, you're still not thinking about Cassima, are you?
I suppose I am.
Son, it's been months. You've got to pull yourself together. After all, you only met her that once.
I know.
Have you discovered anything about the land of the Green Isles?
No. No one's even heard of it. It's like she's just vanished.
I wish I could help. Please try to think about something else, dear.
I'll try, Mother.
Alexander, I feel so alone. I don't know what to do. Alexander, I wish you were here. Alexander, Alexander, Alexander.
Cassima! Wait! Mother! Mother, come quick!
Alexander, what on earth? You're white as a ghost.
Mother, I saw Cassima. She was in the mirror.
In the mirror? The magic mirror?
Yes! And it showed me how to find her.
How?
The stars! I saw the stars outside her window. I can navigate by the stars.
Oh, Alexander, if you really go...
It will be all right, Mother. I promise.
Prince Alexander sailed the known seas and beyond. As the ship nears the shore, day turns to night and the sea turns violent.
this looks so new for being in an older game. I mean, not like new, but hard to explain. We do have a little bit left of this, guys, and then we'll be starting.
Alexander awakens to find himself on an unfamiliar beach. For a moment, he is too dazed to remember how he got here. Then he does remember. The shipwreck, the sea. Just as he had seen his men safely into the lifeboats, a gigantic wave picked him up and tossed him overboard into the churning sea. That was the last he'd seen of his crew. Debris from the shipwreck is scattered along the shore, but of the lifeboats and his men, there is thankfully no trace. He can only hope and pray that the lifeboats survived the currents, and that his men made their way safely back to Daventry.
Alright guys, so I already know what we need to be doing here. What happened last night is I forgot to pick up one item when I was in a certain spot. I won't leave spoilers, but I'm pretty much gonna go through... Me and my boyfriend's allergies are really bad at night, so when I'm not talking, I'm gonna mute, because we're gonna be a lot of coughing and stuff. So if you don't hear me in the background, it's unless I need to talk or something to chat, I'll be muting. But I already know what I'm picking up, what I'm doing, so it's pretty much going to be straightforward. When the ads show up, I won't be doing anything. 3 minutes, we'll be sitting, waiting, coming back, and then we'll pick up. Okay, let's go.
Alexander picks up his royal insignia ring from the beach.
Oh, and I am going to make him move a little faster. I'll show you right now. This is to raise the speed. I'm not going to do it all the way completely fast, but this should be
The
enough.
sand is warm to the touch.
Yeah.
Alexander pushes the plank to one side. A box has been partially buried under sand. Alexander takes...
Oh, and if you guys are curious how I'm able to mouse through the options, it's not the left clicker, it's the right clicker. Normally, in the remake games,
is standing at a crossroads.
It's the left clicker, but this one is the right clicker for these games. So we're gonna go and just go through the motions here, guys. So let's continue.
There's a little hut just off the path. Perhaps the guard dogs have an occasional use for it, but it looks empty now. Two guards take their stance in front of the castle doors. They look quite fierce and have the stiff, blank expression of soldiers on formal duty. Alexander politely addresses the odd-looking guards at the castle doors, hoping to learn more about his predicament.
Good day to you, guards. I was cast upon this island in a storm, and I'm a little confused about my location. Could you tell me what place this is and who lives in this castle?
Hey, what is that you say? A castaway? A likely story. We haven't had any foreigners in this part since Alhazred arrived.
Don't be so rude, Gruff. He's not asking for any secrets. You're standing on the Isle of the Crown, lad, and this is the Castle of the Crown. The royal family resides here. Rather, what's left of the royal family.
The Isle of the Crown? But tell me, am I anywhere near the land of the Green Isles?
This is the land of the Green Isles. The Isle of the Crown is the main island, foolish boy.
Then Princess Cassima must live in this very castle.
Aye, the princess is indeed our treasured jewel to guard, and we consider it an honor.
So what we want to do is show him our ring so he can let us in.
Alexander decides to show his royal insignia ring to the Castle of the Crown guards. With all of his papers lost in the shipwreck, it is the only possible calling card he can think of.
Good day. I'm Prince Alexander of Daventry. I'm an acquaintance of Princess Cassima. If you could just inform her that I'm here, please.
So everyone says. Let me just look at that ring.
What does it say, Gruff?
Kingdom of Daventry, Prince Alexander. Wait here while I go see what Captain Saladin thinks of this.
The guard returns a moment later with a majestic-looking creature. Captain Saladin speaks with a voice that is gentle, but reflects a will of iron.
Prince Alexander of Daventry, I presume. I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with your country, but I'm sure Vizier Alhazred will want to meet you, if indeed you are a friend of the princess. Please follow me. Lord Alhazred, a visitor to see you. Prince Alexander of Daventry.
What is it that you seek, Prince Alexander?
Pardon the intrusion, my lord, but I came to see Princess Cassima. Some months ago, my father, King Graham, saved my family and I from imprisonment under an evil wizard named Mordak.
The same wizard that kidnapped the princess?
Exactly. When my father rescued us, he also liberated Cassima and sent her home.
Then your father has my gratitude, and that of the entire kingdom. But I'm afraid I still fail to see the purpose of your visit.
Well, I came to make sure that Cassima arrived safely and to pay my respects. Before we parted, she gave me an invitation to visit.
I have no doubt she did exactly that at the time, Prince Alexander. However, things have greatly changed for Cassima since her ordeal in Mordak's castle. Cassima's parents both became ill and died while she was gone. Cassima is sequestered in mourning for them as befits a princess. She is not receiving visitors of any kind. Even if she were, I do not think your visit would be appropriate. You see, it is time for Cassima to take her responsibilities seriously. With her parents gone, she no longer has the luxury to be a carefree maiden. As was her parents' wish, Cassima and I are to be wed. We shall rule the kingdom together. I assure you, our marriage is all Cassima wants now. As a prince and a gentleman, it would be best that you leave before there is any further embarrassment.
I see. I suppose that I was mistaken. I thought for certain that Cassima... Well, I apologize.
A young man sees what he wishes to see. I'm sorry you've wasted your time traveling to the land of the Green Isles. May your journey home be swift.
Perhaps I will take the opportunity to look around your fair land while I'm here.
I would advise against that. The kingdom is rather, shall we say, inhospitable these days. But it is your neck. You may risk it if you please. Captain Saladin will escort you from the castle. Good day.
You have had your hearing with Vizier Alhazred. I trust you will respect his wishes and not return. I have been instructed not to let you into the castle again. Good day, my lord.
Captain Saladin whispers something to the guard dogs at the castle gate, and they nod with understanding. Alexander has a feeling they won't be letting him into the castle again.
So, you see the twinkle in the eye of that gentleman there. Pay attention to some characters as we go on to certain locations going forward.
Alexander examines the large pot. It's currently empty, but a few scraps in the bottom indicate that it is used as a dump site on occasion.
Hello. I will be right up. Now, what can I do for you?
Alexander picks up the book from the small table.
Oh, yes, please, take that book. You have my most humble thanks for doing so, good sir.
Really? Thanks.
Alexander opens the bargain book and reads a paragraph at random.
2 dulcimers raised to the degree of 40 half-dulcimers, divided into equal parts by the third of a cackle of grouse geese, put over the result of 10 fine mackles, albeit small fine mackles, stretched over the total of 53 1/8 bottles of wild beast lard.
Phew, what an incredibly boring book. No wonder the bookshop owner wanted to get rid of it so badly. For some inexplicable reason, Alexander feels compelled to avoid this hooded old man. An old man occasionally steals sidelong glances at Alexander from under a concealing hood.
Good day, sir.
the mysterious old man just ignores Alexander. The old man would not be interested in anything that Alexander might show him. The fireplace can provide Alexander with nothing but warmth. Alexander rests his feet for a moment. Alexander picks up and leafs idly through a book called The Changing Role of Court Entertainers Through the Ages. Well, that was refreshing. There's a book entitled The Changing Role of Court Entertainers Through the Ages on the small table in the reading area. It appears that some regular customer likes that book.
And we will see this regular customer at some point throughout the game.
Alexander is not interested in those self-help books. Alexander is a little old for those children's books. A collection of children's books fill those shelves. Alexander would have to read the books to hear what they have to say. Alexander isn't interested in the cookbooks on that shelf. He's had an aversion to cooking ever since he experimented with a certain cookie recipe involving cat hair and fish oil. Right now, Alexander is too involved with the journey he's on to take time to read about the journeys of others. Thinking of Cassima, Alexander decides to leaf through one of the volumes of love poetry. He reads, "Thy hair, thy lips, thy beauteous face, and all thy studied female grace have won for thee anon a place within this broken breast." Not bad. And another. "Upon the shore the lilies bend, untouched by worldly care, where shadow they her earthly bed, oh, that she were not there." Yikes. And another. "What was it when I looked at you? What power has chained me through and through, and binds my heart with links so tight I cannot live without the sight of you? What nameless thing has captured me, and made me powerless to flee? What thing is it without a name, that brings my mind e'er back the same to thee? The name of love cannot apply. Its commonness does not decry the haunted, hunted, painful cry that my heart makes for you, that e'er my soul eternal makes for you."
A little close to home, that one.
Alexander returns the love poem book to the shelf. Alexander is not interested in those self-help books.
And that word, in quotation, the love, will have an important role down the road for a riddle, by the way.
Alexander. A page has fallen from the poem book and now lies on the floor. Alexander picks up the fallen page. It's the love poem he particularly liked. It must have fallen out of the poetry book.
I see that old volume has lost another page. You may keep it if you like, sir. I have glued the stubborn thing back in place 2 times already.
I do rather like it. Thank you, merchant.
An antique leather-bound book is displayed on a little stand on the counter. On the elaborate cover is the title, Ye useful book of magic spells.
How much for that book on the counter, merchant?
It is a fine book, is it not? I obtained it from the estate of the one and only magician this kingdom has ever had. Poofed himself into an aardvark in the end, or so I heard. I never found the spells all that useful myself, but then I lead a boring life. I tell you what, if you can find another rare book, something a bit more marketable, I might be willing to exchange the spell book for it.
Good day, sir. I'm a stranger in this land. What can you tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
That is quite a question, young man. Who are you, and what would you have me tell you?
My name is Alexander. I know I'm on the Isle of the Crown, but I'd like to know whatever you can tell me about this island, and if there are other islands nearby.
You are indeed a stranger. Anxious is the man who knows not the customs of the land beneath his feet. This island is called the Isle of the Crown, because the royal family's castle is here. Besides the castle, we also have this village, and the docks over to the west. There are at least 3 other islands. The Isle of the Sacred Mountain, the Isle of the Beast, and the Isle of Wonder.
At least 3? Does no one know for certain?
This is no ordinary land, Alexander. The land of the Green Isles has always been a place of vague boundaries, as if islands come and go. Legend speaks of a 4th island, an isle shrouded in mists. I myself have never seen it. Then, too, the land of the Green Isles is said to exist on the boundaries of this world and the next. Even darker places are reputed to be closer here than anywhere else in the world.
That's quite a claim.
Claim, yes, but probably just local superstition. We who live here on the Isle of the Crown, at least, sleep well enough at night.
Those first 3 islands you mentioned, how might I learn more about them?
Ideally, a young man seeking such knowledge would travel to their shores and learn about them firsthand. Meeting the leaders of each place would be helpful, naturally. Unfortunately, the ferry no longer runs between the islands. There has been much political unrest, and it has been too dangerous to travel for years. Perhaps the ferryman can tell you more. He has little enough to do these days. And if you haven't been there already, you might seek an audience at the castle.
Thank you kindly, merchant, for all your good advice.
Ah, but advice is free, Alexander. Making use of it costs much more.
How fare you, merchant?
Sufficiently well, thank you, Alexander. My only wish is for more time to read.
How fare you?
Business could be better. Too many people are losing interest in reading these days. It is a sign of the times.
How fare you, merchant?
Sufficiently well, thank you,
How fare you?
I have been reading too much love poetry lately. It is rather depressing to an old bachelor like me.
How fare you?
Sufficiently.
How fare you?
Sufficiently.
How fare you?
I have been reading.
So now we need to go to the ferry and see what he can do for us.
Alexander. The house is made of stucco in an architectural style native to the island. It is apparently quite old, since climbing vines embrace its exterior. There's a young girl in the yard. The girl is dressed in a long, plain orange robe with a thick headdress. From the appearance of her clothes, and from a skittish, fearful look about her, Alexander gets the strong impression that she is a servant, or even worse, a slave. The serving girl appears to be stealing a quiet moment tending the rose bushes.
You lazy thing! Get back to work and stay away from those roses! I've told you 1,000,000 times, those flowers are too sweet for the likes of you! You've still got to do the breakfast dishes, make lunch, and clean the stables yet this morning! And get your veil back on! No one wants to look at your face!
Yes, stepmother.
Poor girl, makes you think she's,
Alexander doesn't want to intrude on private property
girl.
unless he's been invited. Alexander can't
So you see the little
stranger, come
twinkle in
join
his
me.
eye?
The water is wonderful, and I can show you the way to the next island.
I'm gonna do a little something to show you guys some stuff real quick.
Come on.
Considering the poor condition of the shore, it looks like the easiest way to get into the water is just to jump off the pier. The powerful currents grab Alexander. Struggle as he might, he feels himself being pulled out to sea.
Not a very
That-
good swimmer, are you?
That was the genie, by the way, guys.
Help me!
You ain't getting...
Sorry, I think not.
As his head submerges for the third time, Alexander finds himself pondering the wisdom of going out on a limb for a stranger.
See, that's the cute.
Tickets
Yeah.
only.
For later. You can't get it right now being dead.
Alexander couldn't handle those currents. That boy must be an unbelievably strong swimmer.
So we're gonna restore part here. We're gonna ignore him.
Come on, jump in. A little water won't hurt you.
No, thank you. I ain't going over there to you.
What are you waiting for? I said I'd show you how to get to the next island, didn't I?
No. You're not gonna show me how to get no next island. Or be that way.
That's strange. The young boy in the water just disappeared. Oh well, perhaps he just dove under the water.
Sure. Exactly what happened.
Yeah, what do you want?
So...
Alexander promises himself.
Excuse me. My name is Alexander. The owner of the bookshop in the village told me you might be able to help me. I hear you used to run this ferry for the islands. I'd like to talk to you if you have a moment.
You say old Allie sent you? I can't see why. The ferry's not running, you know.
I understand. I'd just like to talk to you about the islands if you don't mind.
Well, I guess it'd be all right if Allie sent you. Well, don't just stand there. Come on inside.
I like these scenes where
What is it you wanted to talk about, young
holes in
man?
there.
There's a rabbit's foot on the table. It seems the ferryman is counting on a little luck.
I see you have a rabbit's foot. Has it brought you much luck?
As you can see, my luck's been out for some time now, despite that old charm. Why don't you take it with you? Perhaps giving the darn thing away will bring me good fortune at last.
Perhaps it will at that. Thank you.
Okay, let's talk to this guy about everything.
I'm a visitor to these islands. I'd like to learn what I can about the area.
So you said outside. What is it you want to know?
Well, for one thing, why has the island's only ferry been dry docked?
Huh. It just ain't safe to sail these days, what with the islands feuding and all. Wazir Al-Hazred ordered the ferry closed till things settled down. Me, I don't think she'll ever see water again.
But why are the islands feuding?
You got me. Something about stolen property or some such thing. 'Tis a real shame. Things used to be so friendly.
Then this unrest is recent.
A few years is all, but it's been long enough.
Perhaps if the ferry were repaired.
This old thing? This ferry's been out of water so long she's no longer even seaworthy. Her boards have dry rot. She'd fall apart at the first taste of seawater.
But there must be some way to get off this island.
There's only one other way to travel that I know of. A magic map. The owner of the pawn shop can tell you more about that than I can, Alexander.
Tell me more about the ferry.
I remember when I used to ferry Queen Ilaria and Princess Cassima themselves. There was no thought of danger back then. They used to go visiting to care for the needy and to keep up the friendly relations between the islands. I remember their last trip. Things had started getting nasty by then, and when they came back aboard, I gathered that the Queen and the Princess had been received a bit coldly. Princess Cassima was such a pretty thing, and she was terribly upset. But who could be spreading these lies, she asked the Queen, but the Queen had no answer.
What do you do now that the ferry no longer operates?
Me? I'm out of a job. The job my ancestors have held for generations. I'm the only one trained to avoid the reef and the rocks. But that knowledge does me no good now.
Is there no other boat on the island? One that might be more seaworthy?
Boats don't last long on these shoals, as you may have found out if you got here by ship. You can be quite sure that this old ferry is, or was, the only craft on the island.
Tell me more about Princess Cassima.
Ah, such a beautiful child, and so pure of heart. Why, a contrary thought has never crossed her mind. Her mother was the same. The king and queen, they served the islands, not the other way around, always thinking about the people. Ah, they are sorely missed.
What else can you tell me about the land?
Let's see. The Isle of Wonder's a lovely spot. A bit crazy, mind you. Gotta have a good sense of humor to enjoy a tour there.
What else can you tell me about the land?
The Isle of the Beast is pretty, but unfortunately, you can't get very far onto the island.
What else can you tell me about the land?
The inhabitants of the Isle of the Sacred Mountain are the most gorgeous creatures you'll ever see. If you ever get to see them, that is.
What else can you tell me about the land?
The Castle of the Crown sure is a beauty. She's the finest palace ever built, I'll warrant.
What else can you tell me about the land?
Some say that the land of the Green Isles is near the edge of the world, and that the deadly currents are a result of a magnetism that sucks life from this world to the next. Of course, that's just silly talk.
What else can you tell me about the land?
Let's see. The Isle of Wonder's a lovely spot.
What else?
The Isle of the Beast?
Okay, we're done.
Well, I think I'll be going now. Thanks for allowing me into your home.
Posh, not at all. It breaks the boredom, if you know what I mean.
Boredom. Poor guy. So, the genie left us. He's tried to have us killed. But the genie's not evil, it's the person that owns him that's the evil guy. So... I remember where to go on the screen. Where to go on the screen to get to the next area. So we want to go to the pawn shop now.
Good day! A mysterious old man also patronizes the pawn shop. He steals sidelong glances at Alexander from under his hood.
Off-screen transversing with scum, but
Good day, sir.
The old man just glares at Alexander and does not reply. A small red drum beats no more on the shelves of the pawn shop. The land of the Green Isles must have at least one inhabitant with interest in the mystical, for a crystal ball has been traded in along with the more common household goods. A lady's hand mirror has been separated from its original trousseau, and now gathers dust on the pawn shop shelves. An old suit of armor stands in the pawn shop. It looks like a vigilant guard against thieves and carpet salesmen, even though it is headless. A horn, probably used for drink or powder, hangs from the ceiling. A worn leather wineskin is suspended from the ceiling. Several half-burnt wax candles have been placed among the other pawn shop items. They probably light the shop at night. A helmet, probably belonging to the headless armor also in the shop, has found its way to a separate part of the counter. A tall skeleton lends an air of mystery to the shop. The pawn shop is a dimly lit. Alexander already has a skeleton. Perhaps it is true that our ancestors were smaller as a rule, for that suit of armor looks a pinch too tight to fit Alexander. Besides, in this climate it would be awfully hot. If the pawn shop owner wants to display the head and the body of the suit of armor separately, Alexander has no wish to attempt to reunite them. If Alexander wants anything from the pawn shop, Alexander will know his future soon enough if he just keeps on with his adventure. It wouldn't be fair to peek. The stuffed bear probably has stuffed fleas. Alexander decides to keep his distance. Towering mightily over the other pawn shop curiosities, the stuffed bear makes an ostentatious display. The world-famous talking bear has been sulking ever since his abduction from a small mountain community in California. He refuses to discuss real estate. The man of steel is stumped for an answer. The dusty shop remains peacefully quiet. The crystal ball remains perfectly clear and says nothing. He's speechless. Rat-a-tat-tat. The horn has plenty of nothing to say. The dusty shop remains peacefully quiet. If Alexander takes a mint. Alexander takes a closer look at the items on the counter.
I'm interested in that tinder box on the counter.
What do you desire to give me in trade? The items on the front counter are all of equally slight value, worth only a copper or two. They are handy items nonetheless.
The pawn shop owner is a mysterious fellow. His face is old and inscrutable, and there's a glint of sheer iron in his gaze. Still, Alexander senses this is someone he can trust. The pawn shop owner doesn't look like a man to be tussled with. The curiosities business is just dangerous enough to require one to develop one's boxing skills.
Excuse me, merchant, but the ferryman mentioned that you might have a magic map of the land of the Green Isles.
Why, as a matter of fact, I do. I keep it under the counter. It's been gathering dust so long that I nearly forgot about it. It was quite a few years ago, you see. The estate of a wealthy wizard fell into my hands when he died. It was useless magical junk mostly, which reminds me, I've still got some things of his in the back that I need to dump out. Anyway, the magic map was the one true treasure in the lot. The wizard was quite old and feeble and had enchanted the map to aid in traveling. It is said that one need only desire to be on an island depicted on the map to find oneself there. It is a very valuable map, as you can imagine. Unfortunately, no one is interested in traveling these days. It is far too dangerous with the current state of the kingdom.
What would you take for the map?
I would normally want something magic in return, but since I am hardly overrun with prospective buyers, I would be willing to take anything of equal value in exchange.
Alexander is already wearing his ring. If Alexander wants to exchange one of his possessions for an item in the pawn shop, he'll have to arrange it with the pawn shop owner first by showing him the object for trade.
Would you be willing to take my family ring in exchange for the magic map?
Daventry, are you a king then?
No, that's my father, King Graham. I'm just Alexander.
Well, Prince Alex, she is a beautiful ring. Are you sure you can part with such a unique family heirloom?
The ring does mean a lot to me. I didn't always have a family, you know. Still, it is only gold. There are more important things at stake now.
Then you now own a magic map, Prince Alex. I will keep your ring out of sight for a few days. If you find anything else of great value in your travels, you can come back for your ring. I would hate to see it melted down for gold. Ah, and a warning about the map. It will only operate when you are out in the open and within sight of the sea. The limitation has something to do with the teleport spell ingredients. You might try the beach.
Thank you. You are very kind. And I'll remember about the map.
Suddenly, the old man in the concealing cloak sneaks past Alexander, and with a sneaky dart of his hand, steals a mint from the candy jar. The old man stuffs the mint into his mouth and wobbles unsteadily out of the pawn shop.
Got ads, guys. I'm gonna wait here with you guys, and then, well, we gotta...
Master! I followed Prince Alexander as you wished. From the pawn shop owner, he just abstained, just reprieved. He just got a magic map. You fool! You've been eating those mints again. I ordered you to stop that. Yes, Master. Now, what is this about a magic map? With the map, Prince Alexander could travel anywhere as quickly as I can. I thought I took care of the only means of travel. By my scimitar, I can't have him stirring things up now. Get a hold of yourself and listen carefully, Shamir. Go to the other islands and tell them...
welcome back, guys. What you guys missed is basically finding out the guy that's been following us in the old cloak is the genie, which I already mentioned that. And basically the Vizier is mad that we're running around trying to help our little princess from dealing with that. So now we need this little blackbird here.
The counter feels...
So we're gonna
the
look
pawn
at
shop's counter is made of a sturdy teak. The wood
so
is
that's
well
what we're
worn
going to
by
do,
eager
and then we're gonna
hands
start
and
traveling with
well-oiled
our
by the
magic
shop's
map.
faithful keeper. The pawn... Alexander takes a...
I'm interested in that mechanical nightingale on the counter.
What do you desire to give me in trade? The items on the front counter are all of equally slight value, worth only a copper or two. They are handy items nonetheless.
I have this copper coin. Is it of any value to you at all?
Most interesting. I have never seen a Daventry coin before, but it is copper genuine enough. I might even find a buyer who is interested in foreign currency. The items on the front counter are the only things in the store that I can let go for the price of 1 copper. You may make your choice from there.
Alexander looks at the items on the counter to make his selection.
That mechanical nightingale looks intriguing. I believe I'll take it.
Very well. Your coin is well spent. Remember, this is a pawn shop. I am always willing to take back my own goods in trade.
I'll remember. Thank you.
So like you said, even if, say if you pick the wrong thing, he will trade, like, say if you pick the flute by mistake, you can trade the flute back for the nightingale by chance. So what we're going to do, we need to travel to the Isle of Wonder.
Alexander sees...
Actually, we need to do something real quick because we're missing something that he has not thrown away yet. So we're going to go away a screen, and then we're going to come back a screen, and he's going to dump out stuff we need. And then we're going to dig through the trash. You should not
Alexander
leave
sorts
here
through
until
the
you
odds
get
and ends
what
that the
he's
pawn
picking up
shop
here.
owner dumped into the pot. Magic exploding gum wrappers, a shattered crystal ball, a cracked wand, a fake thumb. Near the bottom, Alexander finds a little glass bottle labeled ink. It appears to be empty, but Alexander decides to take it anyway. You never know when a small bottle will come in handy.
Yeah. Even though we think it's invisible. It says invisible ink. So, like, we need to go to the Isle of Wonder first. And then I'll see you guys when we're over there.
Alexander feels a strain. One of the oysters is sitting up in bed and doesn't look very happy. He seems to be the only one who can't sleep. In the oyster's mouth, Alexander can see a glint of white.
Why aren't you asleep like the other oysters?
Oh, I'm so weary, but I can't sleep. I have a terrible ache in my mouth.
This is where the lovely, if I can get it, we want the boring book.
If you're having trouble sleeping, perhaps you'd like me to read to you.
Hey, that would be great.
Comes in handy.
2 dulcimers raised to the degree of 40 half-dulcimers, divided into equal parts by the third of a cackle of grouse geese, put over the result of 10 fine mackles, albeit small fine mackles,
I'm gonna put us all
stretched
to
over the
sleep.
total of 53 1/8 bottles of wild beast lard.
Oh, crap.
Yields a gilded minnow of precise measurements, 2,069 centidrills by 3,023 6/7 puns, not punts, as might be expected. This is not to say, however, in any sense whatsoever, that deviations in mean temperature of 5 or 6 dregs or so.
Alexander makes a grab for the pearl.
Hey! You fixed my mouth! It feels great!
Ah, the little oyster drifts into peaceful slumber with the rest of his oyster friends.
Aw.
Alexander doesn't want to wake up the sleeping oyster. The little oyster is sleeping peacefully now that Alexander's removed the irritating pearl. Alexander doesn't want to wake up the sleeping oyster.
Alright, let's save again here. Hopefully, I won't screw up stuff this time.
Alexander doesn't want to taste the salty.
I want to grab that. It's coming back over here.
Alexander picks up the object floating in the water. It appears to be a string of letters. They say, "Where are you going?" Alexander decides to keep the odd sentence, even though it is incomplete.
It does like Nerve Campbell in the front of his face there. Alright, so we're done here for the moment. We need to
Alexander
travel
pulls out his magic map.
to the Sacred Isle. Mountain, Sacred Mountain. Over
Alexander
here.
feels a strange pulling sensation.
Because there's a few things we need. We need this thing here.
Alexander takes the feather.
And we need this flower.
Alexander picks the flower and is startled by its hideously strong skunk-like odor. For a moment he can smell nothing else.
Alright. Okay, so now we do want to return to...
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
the Isle of the
Alexander feels a
Crown.
strange...
We're just gonna skip that since we really don't need to see that. Each and every time. We gotta give the guy our pearl because we need our ring back. Without it, we're just some random traveling adventurer. Oh, there's our lovely nightingale.
Good day, Prince Alexander.
We want the pearl.
I found this large pearl. Might it be valuable enough to ransom back my family ring?
I have never seen such a perfect pearl. Certainly you can have your ring back.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't sell it. I'm a bit attached to it, I'm afraid.
Of course you are. You would be cold-hearted if you felt any differently. I am happy to see a family heirloom back with its rightful owner.
Alright, so we got a ring back. Alright, hold on. We're gonna go back to the Island of Wonders, guys.
Alexander feels a strain.
I want to see if we get some kind of special death scene from this or not.
Alexander hears someone coming.
"5 fierce guards of the isle we be. Watch for a foreign man," said he, "with ears and nose, tongue, hands, and eyes. Its nature cannot be disguised. If man it be, then man it dies. Old Tom Troll, smell your smell. Do that which you do so well."
A gnome with a huge nose stands before Alexander. Alexander holds the item out for the gnome with the stupendous nose.
"My nose cannot be tricked that way. The smell of man still rules the day." A man, so say our nose, into the waiting sea he goes.
Well, that's one way to go. Oh my gosh.
The gnomes toss Alexander too far out into the sea for him to get his footing. The currents drag him under.
Tickets only. Next.
Guess those gnomes couldn't reach a consensus.
A consensus.
Alexander hears someone coming.
"5 fierce guards of the isle we be. Watch for a foreign man," said he, "with ears and nose, tongue, hands, and eyes. Its nature cannot be disguised. If man it be, then man it dies. Old Tom Troll, smell your smell. Do that which you do so well."
Alexander holds the flower of stench out to the gnome with the jumbo nose.
"Tom Troll I am, that's all I'll be. My nose knows all on land and sea. A flower of stench has washed ashore. A flower 'tis all, and nothing more. Listen, hark you, Grosvenor, do your duty as you swore.
Grosvenor.
With your ears, please tell us more."
So we want to give him... give me this, please.
Alexander holds the item out for the gnome with the immense ears.
"My ears can hear nothing so clear as the sound of a man standing here."
Oh my gosh. Hold on, I did it wrong. My fault, guys.
Alexander hears someone coming.
We'll skip through this, guys.
Old.
What do you smell? Do you smell the stinky flower?
Alexander.
Tom Listen, hark you, Grosvenor, do your duty as you swore. With your ears, please tell us more.
So this is why You need the nightingale.
Alexander winds the tin nightingale and plays it for the gnome with the monumental ears.
For serenading the gnome. He's dancing. Like, woohoo! Do that dance.
A nose is not a way to spy. My ears cannot be told a lie. A nightingale is all there be. No man is near, and so say me. Taste, grump, that we might know whether friend or whether foe.
Alexander holds the mint out for the gnome with the gigantic mouth.
Grump knows a tasty treat. It matters not what others bleat. No danger is this one so sweet. Trilly-dilly, use your hands. Is it beast or is it man?
Alexander holds the rabbit foot out for the gnome with the huge hands.
Be all you mad? What aileth thee? A bunny can't trill merrily. A hare does not at all taste sweet. A rabbit here is all we greet. Old Bill Batter, never fatter. Vision can resolve this matter. Look you now and end this chatter.
Alexander pours the contents of the empty-looking ink bottle over himself.
By all that's beauteous, fair, and sightly, 4 morons do I sleep with nightly. There's nothing there at all, I say. Enough of this. Let's now away.
Alexander did it! He's fooled the guards! Alexander pulls...
Now we need to quickly go back
Alexander
to
feels
Isle
a
of
strain.
Crown. And we need to go talk to a clown. If we can make it, hopefully.
Hello. I will be right up. Now, what can I do for you?
I want to talk to this gentleman here.
Good day, sir. Is there anything you can tell me about the land of the Green Isles?
I'm sorry, but I have no time for idle conversation. I'm too worried about the princess.
Excuse me again, sir. You mentioned the princess.
I told you I'm not interested in talking to strangers.
Excuse me.
I told you.
Determined to learn more about the strange man's relationship with the princess, Alexander shows the man his insignia ring and formally introduces himself.
I'm sorry to insist, but my name is Alexander of Daventry, and...
I appreciate the offer of the ring, Alexander, but I'm afraid I'm already spoken. Daventry? Where have I heard of Daventry? Flying flit mice. You must be Prince Alexander. Cassima told me about you when she arrived home. How came you here?
Why, by a ship now wrecked upon the sand. But you know Cassima? She truly spoke of me?
Yes, I saw her briefly when she first returned home.
She mentioned a prince to me, Prince Alexander of Daventry. I'm afraid that was before she was told about her parents' deaths. You see, she arrived home a few weeks too late. The king and queen thought they'd never see her again. It is said they died of heartbreak. I'm afraid she's blamed herself.
What a terrible homecoming. If we had only known.
Terrible indeed, poor thing. Everyone in the kingdom seems to despair with her these days. The streets are silent.
Where is she now?
The princess is sequestered in mourning. It's a rather dated tradition, and not required, but the Wazir says she insisted out of respect.
I see. You've yet to say who you are, and how you know the princess.
I? Oh, pardon me. My name is Charlo. I am clown to the royal court, and have been since the marriage of Cassima's parents, King Calipham and Queen Alaria. Oh, those were the happy days. The pair of them were so full of joy and life, so in love. And Cassima's birth. It would be hard to explain how long they had waited, how they had hoped for a child. I mean, she was such a charming little thing, smart as a whip, kind and sweet. Oh, she means everything to this kingdom, Alexander, and to me. I'm so terribly worried about her.
About her grief over her parents, you mean?
Well, the truth is, I do not trust the Wazir or his plans for Cassima. I'm still living at the Castle of the Crown as court clown, his clown. But it is more to keep my ear to the ground than out of loyalty. I wish I knew what the princess thinks these days. If only I could find Sing Sing, Cassima's pet nightingale. I might be able to send the princess a message. As it is, I must wait for the end of her seclusion.
What can you tell me about the Wazir?
The Wazir? Now there's a dangerous subject. His name is Abdul Al-Hazred. He came to the kingdom 15 years ago. The king was fascinated by his knowledge and his fine-sounding ideas. It didn't take long for Al-Hazred to convince the king to trust him with the minor problems of daily government. You see, Caliphim had a wife and a new daughter he wanted to spend time with. Al-Hazred became Wazir.
And now?
Well, he's had his eye on Cassima ever since she was a young girl. And she is the only thing between him and the throne.
Do you think he means to harm her?
Oh, I honestly don't know. I think he'd rather keep her as wife. But whatever his plans for the princess, he will use her to his best advantage. That's his way.
Perhaps he has charmed her. Perhaps she cares for him now.
The Wazir is capable of anything. And Cassima must be vulnerable and lonely right now. Still, she has always instinctively distrusted him. Cassima has a good head on her shoulders. I'd be surprised if she's truly fallen for his words of love. Now I must return to the castle. Look, I don't want to arouse suspicion. I'll try to meet you here again later.
Thank you for the information, Jallo. Be very careful.
So we're done here for now. What do we have to do? Oh, we got a sign now we can look at.
Alexander doesn't remember that sign being on the wall before. He decides to take a closer look. It's a proclamation. It reads, "Citizens rejoice, announcing the royal wedding and coronation of Wazir Abdul Al-Hazred and Princess Cassima. For reasons of security, the wedding will not be open to the public. Long live the new king and queen of the land of the Green Isles." Alexander feels his stomach turn at the thought of the dread event. If he doesn't do something soon, Cassima will be another man's wife.
Wow. Okay, let's, there we go. Well, I guess we better hurry now. Oh, I guess we caught up with him. This must be Sing Sing up here.
A nightingale perches on a high branch of the tree. She sings the most beautiful song Alexander has ever heard.
No, so we need to go to the teleport to the Isle of Wonder. Have to be pretty much up here. Use the map.
Alexander
Which is where we were before we came here. We don't want to go that way yet, but we're gonna go this way. There's like these bees.
The tail end of this island is a riotous scramble of books, sand, and a spider's web. The tail...
Okay, I can't even...
Piles of stacked books, looking ready to topple at any moment, have been arranged haphazardly on the sandy ground.
Alright, let's save here just in case I mess up. We don't want to mess any of that up.
Wow. Hiya, gorgeous. What a luscious-looking hunk of flesh you are.
Thank you, I guess. Who are you?
How charming of you to pretend not to know. I'm Black Widow, of course. The femme fatale of all femme fatales. Know what I mean? You know, I was just thinking it was time I found my 50th, another
50th
husband.
Oh, jeez.
It would be quite a horror, an honor to have me as a bride. Just look at my beautiful weaving. It's so light, so delicate. You'll never want to leave my little nest.
It is a lovely web, but my heart is elsewhere, I'm afraid.
Oh, drat! The loss is yours. I'm sure you'll change your mind once you consider the advantages.
Let's see, can I talk to her some more?
Have you changed your mind? My offer of dead wedlock is still open.
You want this little piece here?
Hey, don't touch that thread!
Alexander snatches the scrap of parchment, curious to see what's written on it.
Love is written on it.
The wind blows the scrap of paper from Alexander's hand, but he remembers what it said well enough.
Alright. Yes, you want to remember that. He remembers it. Like I said, it's very important. Remember what is said. Let's mess with these books now.
What do you think you're doing?
I'm sorry. I didn't realize these books had an owner. I'm in need of a rare book.
No owner? All books have owners, my good man. And this book owner, bookworm to you, wouldn't part with one of his books for anything.
Isn't there something I can do for you to pay for the book?
Let's see. Do you have an itinerant clause?
No. No clauses at all, I'm afraid.
As an exception, you always should.
Don't mind oxymoron and diphthong. They're fairly limited grammatical principles, you know. Let's see. A marsh pig that does Texas?
No. I'm afraid not.
A dangling participle?
I'm fresh out.
A purple fiddle whacker?
No, I don't think so. Sorry.
An idiosyncrasy, perhaps?
Afraid not.
Ha! Then what good are you?
So we're done here, guys. He's looking for a dangling participle. Don't have anything to give him. Not yet, anyway. Has something we want, and yada yada yada. We're gonna collect a few things here already.
Alexander takes a bottle of milk from the milkweed bush.
Hey, Mike. How you doing?
Apparently, the dogwood tree doesn't like Alexander standing that close.
That's good. It looks like a cheese pepperoni pizza door. Can we grab this?
Hey, what do you think you're doing there? Get your hands off me! Hey!
Alexander picks up Rotten Tomato and puts him away. One never knows when one will need a rotten tomato. Alexander decides to pick up the hole in the wall. A hole in the wall could be a very useful thing. Alexander startled the poor thing. It's run off to hide behind the wallflowers. The path beyond. A noble white-chessed knight stands at the top of the marble stairs. A red-chessed knight stands at the top of the marble steps.
Excuse me, what land lies beyond?
What land? Chessboard land, you knave.
I see. And is chessboard land part of the land of the Green Isles?
It is the home of the red and white queens, rulers of the Isle of Wonder, fairest of the islands that owe loyalty to the king of the land of the Green Isles. But perhaps not for long.
What do you mean?
What is the purpose of unity with the great king and queen dead? The princess is worth serving, but the feud with the other isles is strong.
I must insist, Your Highness. I shall send a lump of coal to the Vizier and the Princess as a present for their wedding, and that's the end of it.
And I suppose you'll leave me with only this stupid spoiled egg to send, Your Highness. I want to impress the new king and queen of the realm as much as you do. As queen of this island, I have every right to that lump of coal.
No, you don't.
Who isn't queen of this isle? The lump of coal is in my possession. Therefore, I shall do as I please with it. Besides, there's nothing wrong with that spoiled egg.
The egg, though delightfully spoiled, is not nearly so valuable as the lump of coal, and you know it. Your Highness always got to carry the singing stone. It's not fair that you get the coal, too.
That doesn't count. The singing stone was stolen by that horrid beast. I should get to keep the coal just because my stone was stolen.
Oh, you poor thing.
It wasn't your stone. It belonged to the Isle of Wonder treasury. Your Highness always thinks that everything is hers.
Excuse me, my good man, but could you settle an argument for us?
Which of us should get to carry the coal and which the egg? Remember, white is the color of deserving truth and virtue.
Blah, 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 blah.
Quiet, Your Highness, and let him make up his own mind. I, for one, shall be more proper, and not even mention the fact that red is the color of love.
I'm sorry, Your Majesties. I'm partial to both red and white, but I'm afraid that I don't know how to solve your problem. One of you will just have to be gracious and allow the other the lump of coal.
What a ridiculously stupid idea.
Quite ludicrous.
He was a lot of help, wasn't he?
Oh, yes. Obviously a man of high intelligence.
How's the Atlas going, Mike?
The lump of coal goes much better with my gown anyway. Black and red are imperial colors. That's the silliest thing I ever heard. Red does not go with anything, being much too self-conscious. White is the perfect accompaniment to any color.
Okay.
Can I pass into your fair land?
Heavens, no! No humans allowed in chessboard land. Never have been, never will be.
Let me get this scarf then.
Alexander picks up the Red Queen's scarf.
Alright, we got that. We want this.
Alexander picks a head of iceberg lettuce.
Ye gads! Is that cold?
These gads, is that cold? There we go. Got the milk, we got that. We need get close enough. We don't want to go off the edge, but we need to get... Wait, hold on.
Alexander pulls out...
And we need to go to the island of the beast, I believe.
Alexander feels... A little fawn is feeding on a grassy hillock near the sea. There's an odd little creature dangling from that tree branch.
Hello, friend. Aren't you an odd-looking little fellow?
I'm not. Odd-looking you are.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you could speak.
Speak not. Funny is. Speech I am and nothing but.
You speak strangely, friend.
Strange my speech is not. Eloquence I speak with.
But who are you? And why are you here?
Away I fly my home from. Lost I am therefore. As my name too, can you guess not? It's what I do this branch with, and the way I speak of.
If you're lost, perhaps I can take you home.
Take me home too? Think not I do. Know you I do not.
Are you sure you don't want me to try to find your home?
Trust you I do not. Stay here I will.
Are you sure?
Trust you I do.
Alright, so... Iceberg's okay for now. Wait.
There's no point in you...
Oh. No, I want this.
There's no reason to use that on the rock. Alexander doesn't... Alexander holds the sentence out to the creature.
This sentence seems in need of an ending. Perhaps you could finish it?
Where are you going? Where are you going? Know what I do? Where are you going to? Like you I do. Go I with you.
Going into my shirt.
Well, that was certainly interesting. It looks like Alexander now has a passenger.
Take me home to.
I got a lawyer, you know. Yeah, there's kidnapping laws in this here kingdom. You're ugly and you smell bad. Yeah, put me down before I juice all over you. What do you want from me? A recitation or something? Leave me alone. Yeah. Where were you born? A barn? It's a pigsty back here. Yeah, all this stuff you got. What do you want to carry all this trash around for? You're ugly and you smell bad. Yeah, put me down before I juice all over you. I got a lawyer, you know. Yeah, there's kidnapping laws in this here kingdom.
Alright, now we want to go over to here. We should still have our lovely iceberg lettuce.
Hoping to cool down the boiling pond, Alexander throws in a head of iceberg lettuce. The pond's water slowly stops boiling, cooled by the ice. It still looks hot, but bearable. Alexander decides to brave the steaming pond.
Ouch! Ow! Ooh, 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 ouch!
The pond is no longer boiling, but it's hardly bathwater. Alexander takes the old hunter's lamp from the tree.
There we go. Go to the next screen.
As Alexander continues down the path, he gets the strange feeling that he's being watched.
Come on over here and see what I'm doing with these flowers. Never mind that stone fella on top of the gate. He won't hurt you any. He's just there to scare you.
Here he is.
There's nothing to... Alexander picks up the brick.
Okay, let's save after the brick. Good.
Gotcha this time.
Tickets only. Next.
That move was slightly erroneous.
Alright. We don't want to deal with him. We got what we came for.
You aren't gonna listen to me, are you? Well, we'll just see about that.
Like, darn
That's
it.
odd. The gardener just disappeared.
Like, I'm not gonna say ow every time I cross this water here.
Why not?
Because he's not gonna do it. It's like, I've said ow so many times. He's not gonna do it.
Why?
I don't know why. Alright, come on. Thank you. Went across the screen already. Thank you so much. No, but... Island of the Crown is... Wait. Isle of the Crown.
Alexander feels a strange pulling sensation.
What you up to, Mike? Go back this way. I swear it like reset my walking speed again. Yeah, we want to go here and get something else. We're going to trade into our...
Your candy dish is empty!
And? Hello?
I am sorry, sir, but I have no more mints. Somebody has eaten them all.
Well, get some more then!
I fear that is impossible. Without the ferry, I can no longer get imports from the other islands, and we do not grow mint extract on the Isle of the Crown.
Oh, I hate not getting what I want!
Well, I'm sorry. Genie, you're gonna have to understand you can't always get what you want. So we want to trade the Nightingale for something.
Would you mind if I traded this in?
Of course, Prince Alex. Please choose something in exchange for
Well,
the
'cause you
items on the
can't.
counter.
Alexander
Like you
looks
said,
closely
life's
at
not
the
fair,
items on the
Brian.
counter to make his selection.
You said updating CPU and before settling back on my island.
I'll take the flute.
The flute? Very good, Prince Alex. May its music always be sweet. Feel free to trade it back at any time.
Thank you.
Alright. So we got the flute. We got everything.
My CPU and okay.
No, did I say those are bat wings there? Excuse me. Oh, excuse me again.
Want some fish?
No, I don't want fish. Why do I want fish?
More crab.
No, ew, no.
Lobster?
No. I do not like eating fishy stuff.
Would you like the seafood?
No, I do not want to see your food.
What?
No, I don't want to see your food.
What? I have any.
Okay, good.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
We need to go back to Isle of Wonder. There's a few things we need to get.
Alexander feels a...
Alright, so we need to go back here because we need a certain item. Now we need to play the flute.
May I have this dance?
Oh, my!
Then I get to update SA so I can have SE map.
Alexander stops playing the flute, but the wallflowers and snapdragons continue to dance, caught up in the music and oblivious to everything around them.
Now I need to get him.
While the wallflowers dance, Alexander snatches the hole in the wall.
Not sure what all that means. Unless you meant Atlas map or something, or I don't know. SE map, no idea what that is. So we need to go here.
Alexander pulls out his magic map.
Get to go to the Isle of the Crown again.
Alexander feels...
Oh, that's what you need to do. See, the other walkthrough didn't. So to get the nightingale to come down to me, I'm supposed to have the nightingale on me. The other walkthrough didn't say to do that. Yeah.
Good day, Prince Alexander.
Okay. So, I need you to take my... No. I want you to take the flute. Give the... Fine. Give the flute. Thank you.
Would you mind if I traded this in?
Of course, Prince Alex. Please choose something in exchange for the items on the counter.
Alexander looks closely at the items on the counter to make his
okay.
selection.
Send it... Okay. I want the nightingale.
That mechanical nightingale looks intriguing. I believe I'll take it.
Very good, Prince Alex. It is always a pleasure doing business with you. Enjoy the mechanical nightingale, and feel free to bring it back anytime.
Thank you.
Alright. Good thing I looked at this new one I found. Makes sense why the bird wouldn't come to me in the beginning.
Alexander winds the mechanical nightingale and places it on the ground. The mechanical nightingale sings a sweet, tinny tune. The real nightingale in the tree cocks her head and listens intently. The nightingale flies to a lower branch and looks at Alexander curiously, as if she were deciding that this human might not be so bad.
Okay, so now we want to give her our ring.
Alexander holds out his insignia ring to the nightingale, hoping she perhaps is the nightingale that Giallo spoke of, and that she might be able to take the ring to Cassima. The ring is the one thing he has that might alert Cassima to his presence on the Isles. The nightingale swoops down and grabs the ring.
Hey, Mercs. How we doing?
She flies off towards the castle, perhaps to Cassima.
Sing Sing, what have you got in your mouth, my pretty? A gold ring? Sing Sing, where did you get this? Realm of Daventry. But this is Alexander's ring. Oh, my soul, he must be here. Sing Sing, I wish you could tell me what you've seen. Is he really here then, on this very island?
Is one of the stills and green shut behind
if only
it.
I could leave this castle as easily as you.
Don't know.
Take this ribbon, Sing Sing. If you know where he is, return it to him. Please be careful, Alexander. It is so dangerous, and yet
I don't know how they made that scene
I could
here.
not wish you away.
Oh, Sing Sing. That freaking snake better not eat this pretty bird.
Made what scene?
I made this scene with the princess talking to her bird.
Multiple snapshots of real image.
Oh, it's not a green screen. Oh, they didn't have that back then.
Not back in the 80s. Or early 90s? No, they didn't, like, really? Pretty early
Oh, where are you going? Stop moving.
Alexander holds out the love poem, hoping that the bird will deliver it to the same place she took the ring, in the chance that the receiver might truly be Cassima.
They didn't own a green screen when it was just a mom and pop company. Sure, it was owned by two people back then.
Roberta and her husband.
The nightingale swoops down, grabs the love poem, and takes it towards the castle.
Sing Sing, my sweet, you bring another present. Let me see. It is a poem, Sing Sing.
What was it when I looked at you? What power has chained me through and through, and binds my heart with links so tight, I cannot live without the sight of you.
Oh, Alexander. I was hoping he'd return to you. Take this to him while he waits. Hurry, my fleet one.
Aw. I'll have to send the white rose to her later.
The little bird makes a delivery.
You screen behind it.
It's a red velvet hair ribbon. Could it be? Could it possibly belong to Cassima herself?
Or am I merely wishing it were so?
Why would it not be?
It's a note.
Dearest Alexander, I cannot believe you are here, my friend. Please, please be careful. Abdul isn't about to let anyone interfere with his plans. Watch out for Abdul's genie, Alexander, and do not do anything rash. I am not without resources, and I will prevail if I can only find some small means of defense. Do nothing to try to get to me. You must not be endangered again for my sake. Greatly in your family's debt, Cassima.
Cassima.
Alexander's hand trembles as he reads the note. For the first time in his long search, he has heard her voice again, if only in writing. No words of love, only friendly concern. Friend. Is the maiden merely shy, or does she regard him only as a brother?
I'm sure it's not.
To reach...
Alright, now we gotta switch. I'm sure Sing Sing will stay there. Now we need to change out the nightingale or the flute for...
Good day, Prince Alexander.
For the other item. And we're going to,
Would you mind if I traded this in?
Of course, Prince Alex.
Add
Please
ends in 3
choose
minutes.
something in exchange for the
I'll be
items
with
on
you
the
guys
counter.
in a minute.
Alexander looks
In 3
closely at the
minutes.
items on the counter to
actually
make
have
his
to be right
selection.
back anyway.
No.
Yes, I do. Sure they...
Hit mute.
You want me to hit mute?
No, you don't have to.
Exactly.
Careful, don't touch. Huh? Huh? Huh?
So, check out Mertz's streams. He was doing a food stream earlier.
No.
Yeah. 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 And he was. Yeah, he was. I don't believe me.
Yep.
Alright. Almost done. What item was used as currency? Very interested to know that.
You used currency?
Now, what food item was once used as currency? Tulip bulbs were so valuable in the Netherlands that they were once used as currency and could buy a house. Wow. Alright, we need the tinder box.
I believe I'll take the tinder box.
Very good, Prince Alex. Enjoy your tinderbox
yeah.
and bring it back
Well, let's
anytime.
go to the
Thank you.
Tinderlands. The Netherlands.
The what?
The Tinder.
What's a Tinderland?
A strange-looking winged device occupies
Shush,
one
I don't
corner
know.
of the room. it is frail with disuse. Alexander finds it intriguing. Perhaps he thinks it was once used in a local sporting event, in which enthusiasts jumped from cliffs, glided on air currents, and then attempted to land, frequently crunching a bone or two in the process. Alexander shudders at the thought and decides to stick to dragon slaying.
I don't know.
Alexander prefers to keep his leather jerkins firmly on the ground.
Let's see. I don't know. Looks something to go to the Batmobile or something.
Goated?
What? You're goaded?
Who's goated?
I said it looks like something that would go to the Batmobile.
Oh, I think somebody's goated.
Yeah, somebody's totally goaded.
They got my goat people.
No? Why would it talk about goat people?
I don't know. Is that one clip, you know?
Yeah, to your channel.
They go up.
Yeah, to your channel.
Is that one clip of a goat?
Yeah, watch your goat clip. What? Why don't you share it with the chat? Oh, I want to do a shout out for
You're a goat clip.
a shout out. Let's see real quick. Let's see if it comes up when I'm doing this shout out.
Don't be shouting me out.
Hold on, let's see if my shout outs works. Hello, shout out, you gonna work? Of course. Okay, why is my clip thing not working? That's awesome. Why is it not working now? Hello?
Yeah, ban.
I have it as a browser source.
I don't know.
Hold on.
Oh, you got local file check. It's not a local file.
I don't have local file check.
You do.
Oh.
Yeah.
What? Weird.
It's not a local file.
Why is it showing my stuff still?
Look! I think he likes you.
Try to turn off the...
Just follow his nose and
Mine
he'll lead
is
you to
turned
LeChuck's
off.
hideout in the catacomb.
Maybe you just have to do the website. It's probably not right. Just gotta get
Here. Okay. Hold on, guys. Nope, we don't need that. Hold on, guys. Why is he not doing that? Okay, clip thing, shut up.
I hit it once. I hit it once. I hit it once. Okay, well my rod back there.
What was it? And then we needed to do... Okay, hold on. Bottom right. For whatever the next one is. Yep. Alright. I just shut you off. Hold on a minute.
No.
Excuse you? Shut up. I'll do something here. Shut up. Hold on a minute, guys.
I made a funny comment.
Yeah, it's sort of broken again. Yeah, hold on. Hold on again, guys. I'm gonna get my thing here.
Art.
Really?
Good, save
We
that.
can do this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that off for right now. Relays, just my shout out one. My shout out one should be this one. Setting, shout out command. Shout out any date clips. Random. Here. Additional command, blah blah blah. Alright, save. Save. Alright. Going to copy this. Hold on, guys, just a minute. Make sure it's actually got...
Magics and beings of the void, bending them.
Okay, why is it still... copied? Hold on. Is this right? It's the correct one. Alright, let's test this out. It's a shout outs. Alright, let's do your watch thing again. Because I had to redo it. Do your watch thing again. I had to redo it. I just had to redo it. Now it's too small.
Someone's being hurt. Open this door! I'll kick it in!
Don't mind her.
Why was there a goat?
To watch. Look at you. Such
Okay.
authority. Such
What?
I can see why Pericles has taken such an interest in you.
I'm not gonna get in trouble for that. Oh, shush. Shut up. Hold on, guys. Just a minute. You're funny. Alright. What do I need to change it to? Real quick. What do I need to change it to? What do I need to change it to? What size?
Resize the canvas. However big you want it.
Wait, what?
Excuse me. You resize the thing in the middle of the canvas. So however big you want it.
I did.
Big enough.
That's what I did.
Okay.
And then it only showed... That's what I did.
I don't know. That's what you do.
Well, that's what I did.
Update the link.
I did.
Re-download it, reinstall it.
All you do is put in the browser source.
Okay. Here on.
Figure.
Jesus Christ, how do you know?
Alright, guys. It's playing all your clips. How embarrassing. Oh, the thing. Alright, guys.
Playing all whose clips?
His clips. It was playing his clip. Alright, guys. We're gonna move some stuff around here. Sorry, here. Alright, I'll have to move some stuff around my window thing. Okay. Alright, so we need to go to... No problem. It's still... I gotta still check it later. I gotta figure out why it's doing that. But it's okay. We gotta use the map to go to the next area.
There is no reason. There's no... Alexander...
You need to go to the Sacred Mountains
Alexander.
again. Hades sailing solo in the sea of just chatting these trusty eye patch, giving them that 35% pirate flair. You broadcast to watch, but when they're live, it's all about the alpha pack grind and maybe some sweet potato shenanigans. Laid back gaming sessions with a side of good old fashioned banter. Ye won't want to miss their partly blind Buccaneers adventures. Alright, so we definitely need
There
to check
appears to
this.
be something etched into the face of the cliff. Alexander decides to get closer.
Yeah, there's different ones you can change to. You can change to like pirate lingo or like different ones. So definitely check out the frosty thing if you want some interactions with your chat with it. It's pretty cool. Right, so we need this next area. Sorry guys. Wanted to check out why that one thing wasn't working. Just a minute. We're gonna go through this part here, guys. So this bit we want to do, we want to put rise, so we want R-I-S-N-E-E, and here
Huge
will
blocks
work.
of stone erupt from the granite cliffs. Alexander stares with wonder. That's quite a way to welcome a guest, if indeed it is a welcome.
Alright. Well, this walkthrough is very nice. So these are little steps. So we think you're going to fall.
The granite cliffs cannot be scaled by hand.
Yeah, we know.
The granite...
Okay.
Alexander has...
Okay, why are you stuck on that? Okay. We're gonna save here. Now you wanna walk very slowly. You don't wanna do anything crazy. Now this is a 6-hour game, guys. I found out last night, so we're only gonna do 3 hours apiece. So where you hit my usual mark for my streaming times, I will see you tomorrow for the rest of it. And I would like to do 8 if I can find a copy of it.
Alexander examines the strange etchings in the face of the cliff.
A master language will something. Soar.
Reading about the Ancient Ones in the guidebook to the Land of the Green Isles may help a puzzled journeyer. The stone beneath Alexander's feet trembles as more steps emerge from the granite cliffs.
Yeah, the beauty of this, guy, is that you have to have your manual to go forward in this one. Alright. Alright, you can try to... We don't have a death factor. Alright, so let's go riddle 3. Alright. You have to use this. It always scares me when I hear that noise.
What the heck? It's crazy.
We gotta go up there to that. And we'll read the riddle out, and then we'll go from there.
Alexander examines the strange etchings in the face of the cliff.
Alright, let's...
4 plain stone buttons have been carved into the cliffs. One may need to read about the logic cliffs in the guidebook to the Land of the Green Isles in order to understand these stones.
Oh.
Alexander gets the feeling that was the wrong button.
Oh.
Oops!
There's no death scenes, Yeah, there was death scenes in this.
Only. Next.
I was lied to.
What a riddle. Stones of stealth. Find a guide to keep your health.
You did. Oh my gosh. Okay,
Alexander.
Okay, whatever. I need to remember the order of pushing stuff in. Because we need solar.
Solar power?
Soar. For the next one. Okay, for this one we need soar. Yeah, which was this one. This one. This one and this.
The stone beneath.
I remembered. Yay. It's like shaking my whole screen, sir ma'am. Okay, so we're gonna save, just in case we do that wrong again.
Alexander examines the strange etchings in the face of the cliff.
So you never want to touch the thirds. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you want to hit the fourth, the first, and
The
the
stone
second.
beneath Alexander's feet trembles as more steps emerge from the granite cliffs.
So there's a riddle with it, but I couldn't get it to show up this time. Last time I played, I could get it to show up, but I can't remember how. So let me save and see if I can get the riddle to show up again.
The correct pattern seems to be fixed into place now, and the other stones no longer move. The sound of Alexander's voice doesn't seem to have any effect on the cliff etchings.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I don't know how I got it to, but whatever. It's talking about something about old age and similar to puzzles in Resident Evil, something about old age and new youth and blah blah blah. I guess Resident Evil does have a lot of puzzles in that game. I mean, you have to do a lot of puzzles. Guess Spencer was a point-and-click adventure fan, because his house was pretty much a lot of puzzles.
Alexander examines the
Spencer,
strange
he was the
etchings
one
in the
that
face of the
built
cliff.
had the Resident Evil house built, and pretty much all the like puzzles and stuff built around the town and stuff.
Okay.
He's one who built the mansion in Resident Evil 1. It was called the Spencer Mansion.
No.
You don't know what
No.
has haunt you this time. Ancient ones sacred for are tranquil, caterpillar, azure, and air. Important to command a spot on the letter. Whatever. Describe symbols. Worry not. You saw riddle 2. Just recall what the letter O are the same. So we have to find. What is there? Worry not. So O. So tranquil caterpillar. Okay, hold on. Ancient one. Tranquil statue. Tranquil. So we need to find one that is tranquil. I think it was ODQ something. Tranquility. So tranquility is D first, which is the crown first. The caterpillar. Go find the next one. Symbol represents. Gotta find the one that represents the. Represents something. Dolphin. Color and rubies. Q. So Q is like this symbol here. And then azure, the color represents caterpillar. Represents where is the one that represents aura? Oh, where's O? O is this one here. And then tranquil caterpillar air. Here was what? What represents air? Hold on. Romance, crickets, wisdom, shark. Since irony, since... I know it's one of these. Symbol's odd. Looks like this. That doesn't help me. I'm trying to explain what air looks like. Trying to explain what air looks like. Does not help me. D, G, wait, which is G? Oh, I see. G is this symbol.
The stone beneath Alexander's feet trembles as more steps emerge from the granite cliffs.
I'm saving. I'm not doing that again. Trying to work with this. Here, that should be our last riddle for this. We need... I'll make sure. Okay, good.
So try to get double in from this.
Yes, yes, yes. All right. Oh no, we got one more riddle.
Okay, I need to learn from this if we teach it.
Yeah. That's cool. You're cool.
You're cool.
You're cool.
I think you're cool.
I think you're very cool too.
You're amazing.
Oh, you're amazing too. Alright.
Alexander examines the strange etchings in the face of the cliff.
She's amazing. Tell her chat. No. Okay. So this one...
No, okay.
Whatever. Whatever, guys. Okay, so... Drop what? What'd you like me to drop? The what? Okay.
WLF just redeemed. Drop it.
Where? Where would you like me to drop it? I can't drop this rock. It's in the wall. Okay. Letters. So we need to ascend. We need to create ascend here. So it's A, S, C, E, N, and D.
The stone beneath Alexander's feet trembles as more steps emerge from the granite cliffs.
So this should be our last riddle. Alright, let's, this should be our last riddle.
How's the last working out okay?
It's working out alright. Mm-hmm.
It's weird to hear as much?
Mm-mm.
Weird.
Yeah. I gotta finally call and see if they got an opening. The only place I can go.
Alexander finds himself finally at the top of the cliffs.
Please take
Exhausted,
my
he steps over
insurance.
the lip of the
Stupid.
plateau and stands.
Why do you make such an effort to climb the cliffs, young man? The winged ones who live on this island have the power of flight. You could have it too, if you'd only eat a berry from this magical flying nightshade bush. See? The sweet berries will make you float like a petal on the wind. Try some.
I think we're gonna try some berries.
Black berries grow only at the top of the bush, as though straining towards the sun.
But who are you, matron?
Who cares? I mean, I am only a poor old woman who wishes you well, handsome stranger. Think of me as your grandmama, if you like.
How can this plant give the power of flight?
Listen, son, I'll be happy to answer any questions you like, but only if you at least taste these delicious berries.
How can this plant...
Listen, son...
Alright, let's,
Perhaps one of the leaves?
Not the leaves, dearie. The berries on top of the bush.
You're trying to be Mrs. Doubtfire?
All right. I'll try some of your berries.
Oh, goody. Eat quickly, dear boy, and I'll show you the way to the Lord and Lady of this isle.
What?
Slightly bitter, pretty one.
Tickets only.
Tickets only.
Next.
And then there's some land I have for sale on the Death Bogs of Tamir.
You kind of did, okay. Interesting.
Death Bogs of Tamir. Sorry, lady, we're not interested. Or, Genie, we're not interested. No. Let's see if we can get in here, shall we?
The huge doors are locked tight. Somebody obviously wants to keep something out, or something in.
I think something in.
All right, then. Stay tied to the ground like a load of lead. See if I care. You human.
You human.
How odd. The old woman just disappeared in a cloud of smoke. Perhaps those berries are even more powerful than she led Alexander to believe.
Yeah, we know what the berries do. We don't need to deal with all that noise.
Alexander crawls through the small opening in the rock.
Nerve Campbell, that's what it looks like. Yeah.
Alexander finds himself in a dark cave.
Not like the one your sister found herself in, where she kept frickin' falling. But that's beside the point.
Alexander takes the candle from his tinderbox and uses the flint in the box to light it.
Let's go this way. We got this little hole here we need to go through. If you can actually see it.
Alexander crawls through the opening in the rock. The lighting in this part of the cave is better. Alexander extinguishes the candle's flame and places it back in his pack. A natural window-like opening in the rock provides a view to the outside world. A peppermint plant grows on the window's ledge.
Let me grab some.
Alexander takes a few leaves from the plant. As he does so, a strong smell of peppermint is released. Ah!
Alright, now we need to crawl back through and go north like we were trying to go.
Alexander crawls back into the first room of the cave. Alexander can't see a thing.
Oh, really? Can you not? Oh, you poor thing. You got that light all the way over there. And
Alexander takes the candle from his tinderbox and uses the flint in the box to light it.
I mean, yeah, I guess you don't want to hit those rocks and everything.
Alexander crawls back through the passage to the top of the cliffs.
Now let's go north now.
Look, an intruder! Hold! How did you get up here, human?
I climbed the cliffs.
That is not possible. No one has solved the cliffs of logic in several centuries. And if the cliffs were to be solved, it would certainly not be by a human.
I didn't mean to trespass. I only wanted to visit this beautiful island.
No visitors have been welcome on the Isle of the Sacred Mountain in years. Not since the Red and White Queens had spies in the guise of friendly visitors steal our island's sacred golden fleece. But we will not display such foolish trust again. You will have to answer to Lord Azure and Lady Ariel. They will determine what will be done with you, I can assure you.
It will not be pleasant.
It's cool.
Oh no, we're
With what trickery did you master the cliffs of logic and reach the city of the winged ones?
Only the magic of clear thought, my lord. I meant no harm.
The cliffs of logic. It is the sacred oracle's prophecy, Azure.
Yes, Ariel. It is lucky for you, human, that climbing the cliffs of logic is part of a prophecy that I cannot ignore. We have just been ordered by Wazir Al-Hazred himself to dispose of any strangers that might land on our fair isle. But the prophecy would have a different fate befall you.
The prophecy predicts that whosoever climbs the cliffs of logic will defeat the Minotaur. The Minotaur has violated our sacred catacombs and eats our young in sacrifice. Our own daughter, Lady Celeste, was taken there only this morning as his most recently demanded offering.
A dilemma, then. Whom shall I obey in regards to your fate? The Oracle or the Crown? But since Al-Hazred did not dictate how I was to dispose of intruders, and since you cannot possibly survive the catacombs, your imprisonment there should serve both purposes quite admirably.
I will not resist you in this, my lord. I shall do my best to save your daughter.
First, I must tell you that the catacombs are a labyrinth of rooms, a place of exceeding danger. You will need many tools and clear wits to survive it.
I am ready.
Very well. My guards will take you there now. You seem courageous enough, but the catacombs will determine how brave you really are.
Yes, we should be ready, because we have all the items we need for this. Yes, you seem good enough, we will see. Yes. We have all the items we need, so we should be able to.
Why did you tell Lord Azure you were ready and willing to face the catacombs? No one is ever ready, and only a fool could be willing.
And you are far wiser, I suppose, to leave a maiden to die? To not fight this plague on your own people?
Bravery and suicide are two different things, human. You will have a chance to renounce your choice soon enough, when you lay trembling under the Minotaur's hooves.
We shall see. Thanks for the escort.
We only escort you to your death. May the fates make it quick so that you do not have to scream long.
Alright, we are here where we need to be.
The catacomb's entrance door is locked from the outside by the Winged One's guards. It seems that leaving the catacombs by that door is not an option.
Well, we're not trying to leave. So we need to go up. Yep. And we need to go... Ooh, look at that lovely rat. Right. Oh, that's not fun. Right.
Eat it.
I'm not gonna eat the Minotaur. Shush. There we go.
See that?
Well, that's cool.
Alexander picks up the skull.
There, so we got the skull.
The remains of several unfortunate souls haunt the room. These bones seem more recent than the ancient catacomb bones that Alexander has seen so far. Perhaps they were victims of the Minotaur, or perhaps they died while wandering lost in the maze. 3 of the skeletons are completely intact. The lost souls cannot hear Alexander.
No. Okay, so now we gotta go to the next part of the catacombs we need to go. If he'll leave the room. Alex, go please. down, and then we gotta go left. Oh, there's Minotaur again. Left. Left. Up and left. Which, right now, it's pretty straightforward, for sure. Alright, so we got roses, we've got some other... Why do I keep going to there thinking it's the freaking save? Alright. Cave, so cool. Yeah, the catacombs. Alright, we're in the puzzle room. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I forgot a piece of something that was on the wall back here. Go down, you weirdo. Why you guys let me forget the shield? How rude. Wait, I thought I grabbed the shield. Wait. Oh, never mind. Why? Okay, go down, left, left, up, left. Never mind. We didn't get to the shield yet. Never mind. The catacombs seem pretty cool, for sure. Okay, so we want to walk north 1 to a rose. We go this way. Southwest to the 3rd rose. Check mark. Oh, these are check marks. Go up to the crown. West to the fish. Can't even see the fish. Goes northwest to a fish. Oh, that is a fish. And woo, we made it. Kitty combs. Kitty combs.
Alexander hears the distant sounds of a wild animal somewhere in the maze of rooms.
Wait, it says go left out of the puzzle room. Oh no.
Ah, you were a human only and not the monster himself. I heard you coming and thought you were the beast. Did my father send you here to save me?
Why, yes he did, but how did you...
Hush, there is no time. I think I have discovered the Minotaur's secret exit from the catacombs. Follow me and we'll both be saved.
Oh, sure. Genie, let me go follow you.
That's odd. Where did she... Go!
They like eerie feel every game and I love it.
Tickets only.
Yeah, the older games are really amazing.
Don't just wonder, Alexander. Let your conscience be your guide.
Yeah. Alright, so we want to go here, 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 here. Yeah, so full of it, lady. Yeah, I'm not being fooled by you, Genie. You go away. That's what we need.
An old wooden shield hangs on the wall.
Oh, I've gotten away. No, you didn't. Shut up.
Alexander takes the shield from the wall.
From the shield, we want to go up, up. Or if he's the bat. And the rat. Left.
It's a trap. The doors have sealed Alexander inside. And the ceiling is coming down.
I know what to do here.
In a desperate move, Alexander throws a brick into the grinding gears. The brick is caught between two cogs. The gears shriek and shudder. The mechanism grinds to a halt. The ceiling is stuck. The trap is sprung.
Aw, your trap didn't work. Oh, I'm so sorry for you. Yeah. Alright, we want something here.
Alexander finds
yep.
2 coins
It's
on the
the same
skeleton's
brick.
eyes. He takes the old coins.
Same brick. Go. Go up. Go up and right, and up and right, and up and right. Brick, he's singing, he is a brick house. It looks like a door oh, darn it.
Sounds! A trap floor!
Why do you say zounds? Why can't you whatever. I don't know. Well, we're stuck. Too bad.
Alexander seems to have fallen to a lower level of the
We have to
catacombs.
start all over again, guys.
Wherever he is, the place sure is dark. Alexander can't even see his hand in front of his face.
Oh well, time to restart, guys. No, just joking. All we need is a tinder.
Alexander takes the candle from his tinderbox
Yep.
and uses the flint in the box to light it.
We're in the Minotaur's lair, of course.
Aha! So that's why it's dark in here. A torch is out.
Alexander lights the extinguished
Then
torch
the
and
Minotaur's
puts his
lair.
tinderbox away.
Of course. Oh, darn it. We could have had the Minotaur come and flatten us if we didn't light it. Darn it. Down. Then we want to go right. Right. And then right.
Alexander hears the sound of a wild beast again. This time, so loud that the creature itself seems to be in the same room with him.
Oh no.
The noises are coming from the other side of the east wall.
Yeah. This. You want to use your hole in the wall.
Alexander puts the hole in the wall on the east wall. The hole in the wall trembles slightly with dread at the clammy feeling of the stones.
Poor guy.
Alexander peers through the hole in the wall and sees just another room in the catacombs.
Are you sure?
Aha! Not just another room at all. So that's why Alexander couldn't find the Minotaur's lair.
But why do we want to
At least
find
Alexander
him?
now knows the lair exists, somewhere in the maze on the other side of this wall.
But why? Why do we want to go find it?
While Alexander contemplates what he's just seen, the hole in the wall, frightened by the Minotaur, makes a run for it. Alexander hopes the little creature finds its way home to the Isle of Wonder.
So now we want to go find him. Left. We want to go left. And then left.
The little creature.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. Left.
Minotaurs aren't little.
No, the little creature, not the Minotaur. Go away.
Alexander hears the distant sounds of a wild animal somewhere in the maze of rooms.
We know. You weirdo. Down.
Wild animal.
Down. Down. And then we go right.
It's coming for you.
Alexander hears a low growling, so faint as to seem born of his fired imagination rather than of any living creature.
Shush, I'm trying to keep in where I'm at. Then it's right. Right. Then up. Then right. Up. Should be up again. There we are. We're in the right room now.
A very beautiful, very dusty tapestry hangs on the wall.
This tapestry looks familiar. Now let's see. I don't feel anything. Aha! A hidden latch.
Alexander triggers the little latch. A secret door rolls open.
Alright. Alright, we want this in our possession, which is that.
No! I beg of you! Please don't hurt me!
Your struggles are useless.
It's the Minotaur, and he's struggling with a Winged One's girl. She must be Lady Celeste. Alexander steps forward, determined to use anything at hand to save the girl. But before he can do anything...
You there! Human! Help me! Help!
Gosh, I think too loud.
Who dares enter my lair?
I ask you to release your captive or suffer the consequences.
Never. You die, human.
As the Minotaur advances in attack, Alexander slowly backs away. Until he can back away no more.
Now where to, little man?
Alexander, his back inches from the fiery pit, tempts the Minotaur with the Red Queen's scarf.
Look here, you bully! Nice, bright red.
Red. Now you die.
The Minotaur drops from sight amidst the consuming flames. Slowly, his scream fades as well.
Toro.
Have you been harmed, Lady Celeste? Are you all right?
No, I am not all right. I assume you do not intend to leave me tied up on this vile monstrosity.
Of course not. Sorry, let's see. If you'll give me a moment, I'll have these untied in no time.
I can't wait that long. Look, I wear a small dagger just inside my belt. It should be enough to cut the rope.
Oh, all right. I've got it, Lady Celeste. Here we go.
Of course, the scene parts.
Thank you. You may keep the dagger
Yeah,
as
I
a
know.
gift for
I can't
saving my life.
pause
That's
scenes.
very generous.
Forget it. Do you mind if we just get out of here now?
You actually can pause it. There's actually a button.
Where? Where? Oh, there we go. Did not know I could do that.
Yeah, you have a pause too.
Where? Would you? No? Keep your drink to yourself. Go ahead. Spill it on the table. Go ahead.
Here. Some of this?
No, I don't want some of that. Nothing. No! Put down. Stop it. Bad breaks in shit. What? Whatever. What the heck is that? Sure. Sure it is. Alright, Brian.
Alright.
Oh, I'm sure you did. Alright. We're all back, guys. Should be all back. Yeah, I do 3-minute ads all in one go. Ow. Ow, I just poked myself in the arm. Ow. That hurt. Gotta trim my nails back. There we go, now we can see. I found a way to kind of pause so you guys don't miss anything. Of things playing.
The Winged One's
Look,
guards,
it's the
bored with
genie.
the pointless waiting, are startled by the sound of rock moving against rock.
Lady Celeste, bide thee well.
I'm quite well, thanks to the bravery of a mere human. So much for your superior intellect.
Yes, milady.
Now bring him along. I'm going home.
Bring him along. I'm going home.
I see you have proven yourself the hero of the prophecy. Well, I am expected to thank you for saving my daughter's life, so I thank you. I am obliged to thank you for the restoration of our sacred catacombs. It means much to our people. We have already begun the process of clearing the deadly traps from its rooms. It is also my duty to grant you a visit with the Oracle. So this I do. I will grant you the freedom to leave here unharmed, despite my orders to the contrary from the Crown. But there, my obligations to you end. I have no love for Alhazred, but he is my liege, and if Princess Cassima trusts him and wishes to wed him, my guards will take you to the Oracle now. When your time with her is through, I want you to leave the City of the Winged Ones and never return. I don't know who you are or what you want here, but I will not disobey my crown further.
I thank you, Lord Azure. I will respect your wishes.
Hail to thee, great oracle. Lord Azure sends you this wingless mail. It appears that he solved the cliffs of logic and...
defeated the Minotaur in his lair. So I have seen. So this is the one that haunts my pool of late. Welcome, young seeker. What knowledge do you desire?
Princess Cassima, whatever you can tell me, great oracle.
Ah, of course, the princess. That explains my images. Let us see what we can see. I see a maiden, lovely and pure, but surrounded by evil. She's a rose set amidst bitter thorns. It is her fate to be the pawn of dark powers, and yours to try to redeem her.
How? How do I redeem her?
Fate is not like the cut of a blade, young one, but rather like the myriad of paths formed when a hammer cracks ice. I will tell you what I can, but what will actually come to pass is up to you. I see that any attempt to reach the girl will force you into battle, a struggle against a dark force. If you lose, your life will be forfeit.
Who must I fight?
A great darkness surrounds your adversary, preventing me from seeing clearly. I can only make out the shape of a black cloak. But before this final struggle, I see an infiltration, a dangerous game of hide-and-seek in corridors filled with enemies. The risks are high, but it is the only way to reach the one you seek. There is more than one way into this place. Your choice will dictate much.
What else do you see, mighty oracle?
Oh, such pain. I see two restless spirits crying out for revenge. These shades could help you destroy the dark
You
force.
thought the game was over?
If they were to be
No.
brought back from their spiritual form. Yet this is only one possible path to your destiny. I'm afraid this is getting beyond me. I know very little about the afterlife. I can only advise getting counsel from the druids. Be warned. The druids are reclusive and dangerous. They might aid you, or they might destroy you. Like their island, the druid's nature is hidden in the mists. There is nothing more I can do for you, except to give you this. It is water from the sacred pool. That and my blessing go with you.
Thank you, great oracle.
Alright, we're gonna do something, head to somewhere really quick. Hold on, I gotta travel somewhere really quick.
That has no effect. Alexander pulls out his magic map.
You taking the carriage?
Yeah, I'm taking the carriage.
Oh.
Alexander feels a...
What are you doing? Watch for a little bit longer and then I'm going to head to bed. These games. You're welcome. Yeah, there's going to be a ton more. We'll have to figure, we'll vote on what the next series is after this. But yeah, I'm actually ending here after I do this one part. Because it's probably 6 hours and like some odd minutes that'll take me. Actually.
You're gonna start?
End here, I mean.
Jalo, my friend.
After this
Is
part.
the wedding still moving forward at the castle?
I'm not
Prince
gonna
Alex,
fart.
Egads, yes, that confounded wedding has a whole castle of
But
bustle.
thank you for
Look,
coming
I
by
didn't come here
and
to
hanging
talk
out
about
with
that,
us.
Though. I came
appreciate
to
it.
warn you.
Warn me? About what? Isn't the wedding bad enough?
No, listen. The Wazir knows that you're here, Alexander. He's posted extra guards, and he's telling them about a foreign saboteur. Who else could he mean but you? The Wazir's genie must have learned of your presence in the land, Prince Alex. I don't know how, but he must have.
I haven't exactly been discreet, I'm afraid.
Alexander, this is serious. Alhazred will never let you get close to Cassima now. He's doubled the castle guard, probably to make sure you keep out. Gadzooks! Oh, it's too bad there isn't some way to convince Alhazred that you've left the islands or even died. If he thought
So
you
how
were
close
out
are
of the
you
way,
getting to your
you
affiliate?
might be able to get close enough
By the way. Which are,
What an
I
interesting
know you
thought.
need your like 3 hours.
Tell me more about this genie.
The genie's name is Shamir Shamazel. Alhazred brought Shamir with him when he came to this kingdom. Shamir probably won't directly threaten you, but that doesn't mean he isn't dangerous. He can be a terrible trickster and an ingenious spy. It's too bad we can't get our hands on Shamir's lamp. If we had that lamp, Alhazred and all of our problems would be solved. Wouldn't that be a fine thing?
You would wish to be master of such a wicked creature?
Oh, Shamir isn't necessarily evil. Genies never are, you know. They only reflect their owner's heart, for good or ill. Alhazred is hardly a shining example for an impressionable genie.
So how do you propose we go about getting Shamir's lamp?
What? Oh, Prince Alex, I was only
actually-
dreaming. I mean, the lamp is
Okay.
heavily guarded. It would be easier to steal Alhazred's own trousers while
Okay,
he's wearing
no
them
problem.
than it would be to get that lamp.
But surely a clown's hands are quick and agile.
Well, yes, they are, as a matter
Well,
of
let me
fact.
know.
But then the theft would be detected almost immediately. And then... my poor neck.
If the theft were detected.
Oh, I see. Yes, well, there might be a slim chance, but only that. If you could find a replica of the genie's lamp, an exact replica, I might be able to make the swap. I alone might get close enough, but I couldn't tell you what to look for. I caught a glimpse of it only once. I would know it if I saw it again, but to say I cannot.
Well, I'll just have to see what I can do.
Good luck to you then, Prince Alex. I really must be going back to the castle. I don't think I'll be able to come back here. If we were spied on, well, it's too high a risk. I hope you understand. If I see Cassima, I'll tell her I saw you. If you do ever make it to the castle, look me up. And do be careful, friend.
I will. Goodbye, Jalo. Thanks for all your help.
Yes, thanks for all your help. Alright, guys. That is actually it for this one for us. This one actually takes about 6 hours and 10 minutes maybe, depending. So, we're gonna actually find somebody to head over to raid to if anybody has any suggestions. If not, I think I'm gonna know who I'm gonna raid out to. If we don't have any suggestions, then I'm just gonna head out to her. Any suggestions? Sure. Who you want me to read out to? You don't know.
Who's that?
On my list, Maid of Scars, Zor, and Queen.
Yeah, Maid of Scars.
Okay. Alright, guys, we're gonna raid out.
Raid Scars.
Yeah, we're gonna raid out to her.
Maid of Scars.
And I will see you guys tomorrow for the rest of this, and then we will probably do the next one. No problem. And if anybody's not following Maid of Scars or following Mertzy, check him out as well. And everybody have a good night. No, don't call her a namer. She doesn't like that. Don't get them banned in her chat. But yeah, give her follows. Give everybody here follows. But yeah, do not call her a namer. She doesn't like that, guys. Please don't. Don't get in trouble because it's short. Alright, have a good night, guys. See you tomorrow. Peace.
Wow. That's what I think before, too.